Hey everyone, absolutely amazing. I think the most epic hike I've ever done. So was about 200 kilometers, uh, about 10,000 meters of elevation gain, and some more elevation loss. I think 1400 meters more elevation loss because I started higher than I ended. 10 days, first 8 days uninterrupted. No support, no resupply, just in the mountains, just the way I like it. Then from Millipaya I got a transport to Sorata, and then I hiked 2 more days to Laguna Glaciar de Sorata, some scrambling around there and then back. And then the same day from Sorata back to La Paz. So this isn't like a named, established, it's just a line I drew, but other people have done something similar, and I think even some of the tourist offices offer something similar. A guided hike, a traverse of the Cordillera Real. Most I think actually go from Sorata to La Paz instead of the other way around, which is what I did. Yeah, but anyway, this is I think the perfect opportunity to just draw your own line and go. Yes, so how to get to the trail start? In my case, to Alto Milluni. So from La Paz, there's a lot of options. There is vans going for Huayna Potosi climbs every day. So ideally, if you ask around in the tourist offices, you might hitch a ride in the van, which I don't know how much that would cost, but I guess maybe like 100 Bolivianos, 200. The cheapest option is you can actually take a van, a colectivo, going to Zongo. Yeah, from here, colectivos a Zongo. I think that's under 20 Bolivianos, but I think they leave at 2 p.m., so not a great time to start, for 4 p.m. maybe at Alto Milluni. It's pretty bad. You would have to camp around here, and I don't think it's a great spot to camp because it sees a lot of traffic. Yeah, if you take the Colectivo to Zongo, of course you need to ask to be dropped off here, because Zongo is like somewhere in the jungle. And actually you might be able to take a taxi from La Paz or from El Alto probably, like a radio taxi maybe. But I'm not really sure because I went for the most expensive and most convenient option, which is I just booked a private transport in one of the tourist offices, which probably what they did is just used some radio taxi company I could have called, but not everyone will take you there, on the rough dirt road. So they at least knew right away who to call. And then it was from my hotel agreed time, and I paid 400 Bolivianos for that, which, yeah, whatever, it's my vacation. So the driver actually drove me all the way up here, which is as far as he would go. It's like 4,800 meters, so very nice. I actually haven't even expected that. And I just started from there. So from above Alto Milluni was my start. 10 a.m. first day. Started on the road, no issues. Then there is no trail here when I left the road, but it's a passable terrain, just a steep hill up, but actually not even scree. It was very stable, so just needed to pull myself up with the hiking poles a bit. Very epic views, absolutely go through here, don't go like on the road. Maybe tempting because it's high, you are gassed, but this is nice view and this is nothing special. So through here, Down here, no visible trail, but passable terrain to the Refugio Marea Yoko. Guess you could call it Marea Yoko Base Camp. Or maybe if someone wants to do some, more technical climb of Vaina, not the established normal route, he could also start from there. From here, a nice dirt road. Left it here, but still a nice trail. Then down under these lakes, no trail, but passable terrain. Here there was 2 dogs, no people. Dogs started barking. I showed them my hiking poles and no issues. Went up here, no trail, passable terrain. Well, actually, sometimes there is a bit of a trail, like a small animal alpaca trails, I guess. But they appear and disappear. It's not easy to follow. It's not continuous. A little bit of a swamp here, but I could actually cross it even with my trail runners with dry feet. The first issue was this little traverse. Like I said, not much of a trail. It's pretty steep. Luckily there isn't any cliffs down here, or for the most part, I guess maybe for a few meters there were. So yeah, if you started sliding, you would just slide for a bit, I guess. But a bit tough to cross here. Actually, I think this is a road actually. Well, a big trail, I would say. You can go around. Yeah, it's me, but it's not really visible. Oh, it's a bit visible here. Yeah, but I don't think you really want to do it because it's a lot of elevation gain, unnecessary elevation gain here. So just endure the traverse. Around the lake, very nice, no trail, wild, beautiful spot. Actually, it was one of my possible camp spots. But since I started so high up, above Alto Milluni, I had very good time here, so I went on. Joined with the trail here, but left it immediately again. And to this valley, nothing here, no infrastructure, absolutely nothing. Bunch of cows though, wild cows. I hate cows. But no incident. There was a bit of a trail up here, but I saw that it would be passable here, and I didn't really trust it that it would continue to the pass. So I just went straight up. It was pretty steep, but hiking, no scrambling, just physically demanding. To the pass, I was in a cloud. Actually, the whole day the weather wasn't the best. It wasn't terrible. There was a few light snow showers. There was fog, and then there was also sun. But when I was up in the pass, there was fog. And it was actually around 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. Sorry. So it was already getting dark, so I camped here. There's actually a little bit of a lake. Yeah, at this lake. And that was day 1. Day 2, it was nice and clear weather in the morning, so I went to the pass to check the views. Absolutely worth it. Very nice views, Passo Condorire. And then from there I went pretty much straight to the Condorire base camp, just on the grass slopes, no real issues. It's a pretty steep slope, watch where you step, could be wet, could be loose rocks. I went around the base camp at I guess 10 a.m. and there is a bit of a rock field behind the base camp. I just crossed it. Bunch of viscachas, very nice alpacas here. Actually saw a fox here, which first fox I saw in Bolivia. Anyway, behind the rock field there is a very nice trail all the way to Pico Austria, so we just took that trail. Left my big backpack in the pass. Just went up and down to Pico Austria. Clouds already rolled in. It was around 12, I guess. So not the best view, but it was okay. Also, this trail has no right to be dotted. It's a very nice big trail. It's an easy hike, unless you have an issue with the altitude, which really the altitude would be the only possible issue, I'd say, on this hike. Otherwise, it's very easy terrain. So down from the pass, I actually had a choice to make, because I actually planned it to go down here, to this. Well, there's no camping, but you can put your tent there, I guess. But around here, around this long lake, and this way, because there should actually be a route here, and it's not a technical terrain. But even like when I was planning this, I looked at the satellite, and yes, you can see this looks pretty passable here. Even if you look at the height lines, it's not super steep. So I was like, okay, let's see the condition. Let's see it from this pass. If it looks good, I go through here, because it's a big shortcut. And it looked good, so I went through there. So actually the glacier starts at up here, like at the lake, at around 5,050 meters maybe. There's no glacier here. So this is just grass, maybe some scree. And then here there is some moraines. I went up on one. I think I should have just gone around the lake, and go up here, because here I did some up and downs in the moraines, just unnecessary. But it was very nice view of this lake, glacier lake, but I mean like seriously glacier lake, like glaciers falling into it, and it was half frozen too. And then just up around the glacier here. Now this was all scree. It was fairly steep from this side, not really a problem, but a slow terrain. It would actually be faster for me to go on the glacier, but I didn't dare, because it's a serious glacier with crevasses. I could see a route here on the glacier to Pico Slovenia, and if the route led to the pass, I would probably take it. But yeah, the route went just to the summit, of course, and I would still have to traverse to the pass, and I just didn't dare. So just around the glacier to the pass. Slow but doable, and down here to this little lake. Yeah, so the next day just went. Yeah, actually I faced another decision here, because I actually planned to go here. There is a route here, and then around these long lakes on this route. But and this was a decision in the moment. I chose this way, because it just seemed more like in the middle of the mountains and more interesting. It's actually about the same distance, but it's more elevation gain, I think, here. Yeah, but anyway, just went here to just a straight line on grass slopes through alpacas, amazing views to this road. I don't think this road is used basically at all anymore. I think they go to the Fabulosa, it's a mine, I'll get to it later. But I think they go there from the other side because it was neglected at some spots, the road. But for pedestrian it was nice. So, which is what I am, a pedestrian. So I just went up to this pass, very nice pass, also above 5,000 like most of the other passes, and went down on the road, or just taking a shortcut here and there, of course. Yeah, and this is the first village starts here, like indigenous people live here, alpaca herders. But I didn't go there actually. This trail was there. It was a nice trail up to the Fabulosa mining town, and I wanted to avoid it as much as possible because I try to minimize interactions with people. Actually, I think that's the real danger. It's the people, not the mountains. Yeah, but anyway, I just met one lady here. She was washing clothes. Yeah, I explained to her that I don't care about the mines. I just want to pass through. No issue. And I haven't met anyone else. So I went on the road, and this is a nice road. This is where the cars and trucks to the mines come. It's still a dirt road, but it was a pretty nice one. And a very nice view from there actually. Especially like from here. You could see this whole valley into the jungle. Well, I guess I saw the clouds above the jungle, but yeah, so very nice view. Continued on the road, very scenic, picturesque, amazing. Actually, I plan to sleep here. It looks nice on the map. There's a stream, it's flat, but it's occupied. There was actually a guy here, and I guess more people in the valley herding alpacas. And yeah, he didn't look too happy about me showing up, so I just went on. It was an hour and a half more to this little lake, and it was getting late actually. I arrived to the lake, I think 7:30, so like an hour I went in the dark. But there is a road here, so it wasn't really an issue. Yeah, slept here, and then we just went to these two passes. Absolutely epic. I mean, just look at the map and you can imagine, or even better, look at my videos and you can see what epic passes. Of course, I take shortcuts, not really following the road, but it's just on you what route you take. Yeah, no issues, just on the road. Yeah, to the left here to this pass, no idea what's it called. There was, from these houses, a dog ran again. I showed him my hiking pole, no issues. Also horses here, nice, and actually a bit of a trail through this little valley. There is a stream also running, very nice. Yeah, there were actually people here too, just up in the mountains with the alpacas. Well, the alpacas were actually somewhere around here. I saw them later. I guess they needed to herd them back. They also had a dog here, but it was a good dog. He was just barking from the distance. Didn't come to look. Didn't even need to show him my hiking pole. Yeah, so went up. The trail gets smaller as you go higher, but it's a passable terrain, so it's okay. Yeah, and then down here, it's actually very epic views here, like from this lake to this mountain, Chachacomani. Very epic place here. Also very epic place for a camp, but it was a bit early for me, so I just went down. This is very steep. Luckily there were alpacas here, so this is actually an established alpaca trail, decent to walk on. Now it was possible to just send it straight down to the valley. It would just be a pain, yeah. But it wasn't like impossible terrain there. But luckily there was the trail, so I just took it. And this whole valley, not just this one, like these valleys, these are all inhabited by indigenous, alpaca herders, some Aymari people. So not the best place to camp, I think. If you time it right, I think this lake is way better, and then just pass through. But yeah, so there were two ladies here, so I asked them if I could just sleep there close to the stream. Eventually they agreed. When I assured them I just don't really want anything, I'll just sleep there and leave in the morning. Also asked if they had a dog. They didn't. They just said ones on the other side of the stream have a dog, which was fine. I guess I could call it a river at this point. It was pretty big. I didn't really think the dog would like to swim it, which he didn't. As you can see, the river here, it's very winding, so I just slept in this band and was covered from three sides. Felt actually pretty safe there. Yeah, and the dog actually came in the morning. I was just barking from the other side of the river, so I didn't even need to show him my hiking pole. Yeah, so slept there, left. And actually what surprised me, even though this is inhabited, there is no trails really. Like when it's flat, a little bit of a trail appears, but then there is lots of rock fields here and here throughout the valley, and the trail is always like 100 meters and then it disappears in a rock field. Actually, it's not the easiest terrain, or rather, it's pretty slow terrain there. But also it's very picturesque. Like you can see the huts sometimes, and then you are going through a rock field for 100 meters, and then suddenly a small field appears, or a bunch of hands, and with the views, like you can from this valley you can see straight to Cheraoko, and the crystal clear water in the stream, like alpacas around, like epic, absolutely epic. Anyway, I went up here through a bit of a rock field here, and actually from this lake there is a decent trail here all the way up here, so at least a bit of a trail or at least a trail for a bit. And then there is a rock field mostly, so just got through that, said hi to the Vizcachas. Actually though, when it starts climbing here more, it's steeper, there isn't much of a rock field there. It's pretty passable there, so at least there's that. A very nice pass. Went down from there, of course, and no trail. And I made a mistake too, because I went like down here faster, but this was a swamp. I should have just stayed in the rocks up here. Yeah, you can even see on the map, like this is a swamp. So yeah, shit happens. Uh, but still, down here, this was one big rock field, just very tiring. So I just ended up putting my tent at around 5 here in this valley. Very nice valley, flat spot, a stream, perfect camp spot. There's actually a bunch of bones here, so I was thinking, oh, does a puma live here or what the fuck? Because you see bones from time to time, but there was a whole bunch of them. But they were all clean, no fresh kills, so it's like it's probably fine. And what would a puma do up here anyway? It's very, very high. I don't even know if they live there, but yeah, just my trail thoughts. Yeah, so next day I went, or rather continued through the rock field, which got a lot better as I went down, and then it was just grass, it was okay. And then even from up here there is a little village here, some houses here too, so there was a bit of a trail to the road, and this is where I joined the Iampu circuit, which is like a known established hike. So I just went on the road up to this pass, which would be, yeah, Calzada Pass. Very epic. Again, look at the map and of course look at my video. Like all these glaciated mountains around. Yeah, view from this peak, absolutely epic. Then I went to at this trail. There was actually a bit of a trail here, but there was an issue here below the road. This was a ski field, also covered in snow. Even if there wasn't snow, I don't think there would be a trail here. I think it's a bit collapsed, like maybe they built the road here or they just repaired it, and just this whole slope is a bit collapsed. So I went down here and around and up to the road, which was stupid. I should have just turned a bit back and scrambled up to the road, like somewhere around here. Just lost some elevation and scrambled up anyway, just for longer. But anyway, there actually is a bit of a trail. It's just the issue with this part. But still, it's pretty steep. Might actually be faster to take the road. Anyway, went on the road to the Lake Carizal. I would call it a lake. There is a bit of a dam, but yeah, it's something kids would build on a stream in their backyard. I mean, it's a bunch of rocks there. I think it's a lake and a small improvised dam in order for the lake to hold a bit more water. So I slept there, no issues, it was quiet. There is cars going on the road. I mean, like cars once an hour or something like that. I was pretty far from the road though, so I don't think anyone saw me. And even if they did, I don't think anyone would care. Yeah, what was I, like 300 meters from the road? Yeah, anyway, so next day I actually faced a decision. One option was to just send it straight to Millipaya. I could actually do it in a day from there if I just went here on these, well, those aren't trails really, but on where the trails are on the map, because it's mostly downhill. The only really elevation gain is here, like 400-500 meters, and then it's down to Millipaya. But I would end up late at Millipaya, probably like at dusk, and I wasn't sure about the transport from there, so I didn't really want to end up in that village late. So I chose to split it to 2 days and do some, exploring, scrambling on the first day, which I'm very happy with that decision because this was absolutely epic. So I just went here, no trail here, but very mild traverse, very passable terrain. Then to this peak, my first peak of the day, like 5200 meters. There was actually snow on the southern slopes. It was very nice. There's actually no snow on satellite, but I guess from around here I went on snow, which is amazing. And yeah, nice. Not nice, absolutely epic view. Like, you can see the entirety of this. Yeah, so that was my first peak and I guess ridge of the day. Just went down. No trail, passable terrain. Actually, bunch of wild horses here. Interesting. And then here I actually didn't plan to go back on another ridge. I planned to go around and to the camp, but it was early and I just couldn't help myself, so so I just went to the other ridge. Left my big backpack here and went as far as I was comfortable, which ended up being this peak, which is absolutely epic. Now the ridge wasn't difficult. There was some snow like at around this area, but not an issue for me. It's just the final part to the peak. Yeah, this was scrambling and it was very loose there. Like this wasn't hiking. Yeah, this was somewhat serious scrambling in there. Maybe I overdid it a bit, but I'm not regretting because the view was absolutely epic. Yeah, went back down to my backpack and down to here because I wanted to check if there actually is thermal water there, which there is. But in hindsight, I think I should have gone more this way and around. I think I even saw a bit of a trail like in this slope when I was descending. Yeah, because this is a road, well, or I guess a big trail. I wouldn't call it a road. So I think if you traverse around here, you will have much better time because no issues here on the grassy slopes, but it starts getting wetter and wetter as you go down, and then this is just a big swamp, and it was absolute hell. It was like, yeah, 300 meters, but maybe like 500 because I'm not going straight line, and yeah, this was fucking annoying. Anyway, went on this side to the thermal bath, which I would not take a bath in there, but there was actually warm water. It was like 30 degrees, and so I just camped close to the warm stream. So the next day actually was the coldest morning. I have a small thermometer on my backpack, and it was minus 17 Celsius, so pretty chilly. And also with the warm stream close by, it was very humid too, so everything was frozen. It was, yeah, not a great time packing. Anyway, so went up. There is no trail here. The only trail there is this almost road. Maybe you can, yeah, on the satellite it's clearly visible here. But anyway, I just went up on the grass and also didn't see this trail. I guess these trails maybe appear when there is more tourism. There is like big guided hikes going on with donkeys and all. They make those trails, but I was alone there, and due to the blockades, I don't think many people went there before me, so not much trails there. Yeah, and then this almost a road, continues here actually. It goes, yeah, somewhere to these towns. So actually there is no trail here, like traversing down, but it's a very open terrain. It's almost as good as a trail for the most part there. So just check your GPS once in a while for the direction. Well, there were a few spots which were a bit more wet with taller grass, but just short parts. Anyway, so I just joined this road here, this dirt road, and went on it down to Millipaya. Now in Millipaya, I was hoping I could catch some ride to Sorata because it's a pretty big town, so Canaviri next to it. But actually there is no public transport whatsoever. And it was also an absolute ghost town, like there were no people on the square. Like I went around for an hour just looking around, asking every person I met, which happened like once in 10 minutes, if I could get a ride. And eventually I did pay 100 Bolivianos to a guy to give me a ride to this junction where I could catch a van. Actually there's vans going there, either Sorata or La Paz direction. So in hindsight, I just wouldn't bother with Millipaya, Canaviri at all. I would just pass through and immediately go up to the junction. It's like 2 hours more. But if I planned around it, it would be fine. I would be, up here before 5 and just catch a van. But since I lost time here, asking around, I was kind of dead set. I'll get a ride from there. I actually needed the ride then. And also it saved me some effort. And I guess the guy who got 100 for that was happy too, so win-win. Yeah, so from here I was at the junction maybe for like 10 minutes before I got a ride to Sorata. Paid the guys 10 Bolivianos. I'm not sure if it's like a normal rate or whatever, but yeah, whatever. So at like 6, I think, maybe slightly before, like 17:45, I was at Sorata, so I just had a dinner. I slept one night at a hotel, and next day I actually arranged a taxi through the hotel, highest you could go basically, close to the Laguna Glaciar right here. Actually, shout out to the hotel because they have I guess they offer more for tourists. They have like guided hikes of similar traverse as I did, but also they had climbs of Iampu and Ankouma, Lenkanto Sorata. And actually the hotel is here, down here. The map is wrong, it's here. Yeah, anyway, so I started walking from here to Laguna Glaciar de Sorata. Absolutely epic. Actually, down below this cliff, no trail, because I guess the normal trail goes here, around the Laguna Chilata. So I just went through grass until I hit the trail here, and actually pretty decent trail here. Just here through this cliff. Yeah, I made a mistake. I kind of down climbed there because I didn't see the pass, but there is actually a little bit of a pass here. I just need to search for it. Just going on the trail, pretty decent. But when it starts getting steeper here, the traversing and going up, the trail disappears a lot, because it's not like a maintained trail, you know, it's just people walk there, so there is a trail. So there is there is rock fields, there is some slabs, not super steep slabs, but you know, like 30 40 degree slabs. So yeah, obviously the trail disappears there, so route finding is absolutely necessary there. So got to the Laguna Glaciar, I think at around 3 p.m. Made a camp, and because I still had some time, so I went to explore a bit. So I sent this peak. Yeah, this is a scramble. This isn't a hike, so you know, beware if that's for you. But absolutely epic view. I mean, just imagine when I zoom out, or don't imagine and look at my video. Like you are standing here on the peak and all of this is around you. Absolutely epic. Went down from the peak to here, watched the sunset. Amazing. Slept and then next day 5:30 I had a breakfast and I went to explore a bit more. I went to the Ancoma direction. Very nice glacier here. Watched the sunrise from here. But unfortunately the wind picked up and it picked up pretty bad. So yeah, I actually planned to send like this peak. Yeah. But yeah, with the wind, I really wasn't feeling it there. It was minus 20 and the wind, very unpleasant. Yeah, so just looked at the glacier, very nice. Looked to a viewpoint from here, very nice, but actually not so much different than here. So whatever, and went back down, packed up the tent. Went the same way down until Laguna Chiata, where I went on the like established route, which actually also got a little smaller, kind of disappearing a bit, but it was there. And then yeah, from here, this trail is not here, but there's people living here, so I was like, there has to be some type of a trail, some type of a shortcut, because nobody wants to go around on the road. So there actually was. So I just went for a bit until I found some trails here. Yeah, actually met a guy here who confirmed that there is a trail down too. So successfully traversed it. It's actually very nice, very interesting to see the climate change, you know, from 5,000 to 2.5. It's basically tropics at Sorata. So beautiful. Just on the road to Sorata. And then from Sorata, actually the same day, I took a bus or a van from here. There is no terminal, it's just a place where the vans stop. But anyway, got a ride to El Alto. Actually, they don't go to La Paz for 40 Bolivianos. And then in El Alto, there is the terminal, bus terminal in El Alto. But the van actually stopped somewhere along this road, the final stop. Whatever, doesn't matter. Just took the teleférico down to La Paz from there, and actually managed to get my suitcase from Guarda Equipaje, and also booked into the hotel before 10 p.m. So very successful day. Yeah, so it was that. Cordillera Real traverse. Absolutely epic.